BRM. We got my man Trigg here at Holy Culture. Trigg, how you doing, man?
I'm blessed, bro. How you, man?
Man, I cannot complain. It's just living life. Trying to enjoy each day as it goes along and not worry about nothing.
That's what I heard you say earlier. 3-day weekends. I know what you're looking forward to already.
Man, you ain't lying. So we're just trying to just hang and count the blessings, man. Count the blessings.
I'm with you, brother.
That's what I'm doing here.
I'm with you.
Hey, welcome to the show. Guys, I thought it would be dope to have somebody on the show here who has been around for a while. Did and does and enjoyed the music scene, and also has a platform for artists to submit to and check out. You can check out new artists and go and listen to music and watch videos and other things that's going on. Trigg, man, how did you get involved in music back in the days? What's a little bit of your testimony, and then how maybe you kind of got into music?
Man, let me try to do the super short version. I got involved in music. I got involved. I was actually a musician, man. Grew up in school playing like brass instruments, anything brass, almost except the sax. When my trumpet got stolen, man, I was converting, trying to be a DJ. Got my first turntable, was spinning, was rapping. And then at some point, man, I was producing and I got saved. But you know how you like saved, but still dabbling. And I bumped into one of the members of the Cross movement by accident. He healthily confronted me, and that confrontation turned into conviction. And then I flipped over to CHH after that, man.
Wow.
That was really it, bro.
Wow. That's pretty cool. And then, so like, music was something you just kind of grew up with, or it's just something that so I always like, some people, they played musicians, they kind of played different instruments, right, that kind of stuff, or whatever, and that's always kind of interesting too. But even for myself, I don't know about you, but like writing was just something that it wasn't easy, but it took a long time to kind of find a stride. And did it come easy to you?
Some of it did. You know what? It's funny, man. My dad had a piano in the crib, and he would play piano. And he had a good friend that was teaching. I always wanted to learn how to play piano, but it never took. You know what I mean? Something with the brass instruments took. Xylophones, bro. I was a crazy xylophonist. I was in the choir, always in the choirs, and I always wanted to learn how to play the drums, and I would mess around, but never like perfect it.
Okay.
I just had a thing for instrumentation. Then I became an MC as well. I was pretty decent MC. Released an album on the CHH side. Did a couple things pre-CHH too. But then what really got to me, man, was I'm getting behind the boards. Once I did like an album or two, something happened for me in terms of producing. Like once I started producing, it was like, you could be Michael Jackson or you could be Quincy. And I always felt like there was something about the Quincy thing, because you can help produce several Michael Jacksons. And it's not about the economics of it. It's about, there was a void in terms of understanding the business aspect.
Gotcha.
Not just in CHH, even in rap, right? Before I came into CHH, I was doing a lot of things with like Rush Producers Management, Flavor Unit Management, because I was trying to produce a lot of secular cats. I was trying to produce Apache. I don't even know if you remember him. Man, that may be before you. But like Queen Latifah's label. And I was doing trying to do a couple tracks for them, Heavy D and people like that.
Oh, okay.
And I would always get like to this brink of success, and then the door would close. You know what I'm saying? But I was learning the business, and so when I came into CHH, I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna do this album, but then I'm gonna pull back from the mic and spend more time on the business, man. And producing in the business became a real passion of mine.
See, that's a cool story. Because it's always cool to hear how people, how it kind of came about. And different people, maybe you just like to write music, or maybe you kind of like, maybe make a beats, or or helping other cats with the business and that kind of stuff. Maybe that's something that suits you better, or whatever. So that's pretty cool. That's a cool story.
Yeah. So
so you maybe made a little mention to it about with the beats and that kind of stuff, as the producer, kind of like a behind the scenes, more or less type of guy. How did Holy Culture start? So for those who don't know, Holy Culture is a spot that is basically promotion for other Christian hip hop artists.
Definitely.
you go there, you can find music and videos and all that stuff that I kind of made reference to.
Yeah.
How did Holy Culture kind of start for you? And
yeah, so I didn't start Holy Culture. So I was doing I was doing production and whatnot, and I had a podcast, man, a radio show called Core Link Radio. And we had Core Link Ministries, which exists today. It's just different. We focus on career learning and development as a part of our nonprofit. And we were doing a radio show, and I get this note from Vic Padilla, who was running Holy Culture Forum at the time, one of those online forums. And he had his show. I can't remember the name of the show right now. I think it was called, I can't think of the name of the show. Apologies, Vic. But Vic had the forum and then had a download store, man. And this was, again, pre-Apple. So this was like an MP3 download store that was dope. So he invited me to bring the podcast on, and we brought the podcast on. And he was in Philly like I was. We got to meet, hang out, meet his wife, break bread. And we developed a bond. And, man, he invited me on board to be a part of Holy Culture. And then literally, man, it was just a download store at the time, an online forum. I think one weekend, man, and Vic was always an ideation guy, man. One weekend, he's like, man, we should start a blog. And I said, I don't know. Well, Vic stays up all night. Next morning, there's a blog born, bro. Right? That's how Vic worked.
Hey.
I mean, and the rest is, as they say, history, man. It's been that way ever since. And along the road, my man Eddie Cortez came along, aka Anonymous. He had illspot.net. We merged that over time. And we've always had good relationships with the other sites, man. I think that's the difference in CHH is that it's about kingdom building, bro. Same competition. You know what I mean? I think we all do things a little differently, a little different flavors, but it's all about supporting the artists and kingdom building and getting the word of Jesus Christ out there, man.
Man, that's what's up. That's I kind of noticed with you guys. You just seem to. That's a pretty cool story how it kind of started, but y'all just kind of just seem to just do your thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, I don't know, like some big bells and whistles or whatnot, but it's like, you got a dope platform. It just looks like you guys are just trying to support artists and, trying to help get the word out and bring people to Jesus and keep it real simple. Yeah. But that's dope. I like, I like that. And I think CHH, we were even talking a little bit more. We talked before we got on the camera real quick, but we were just even mentioning how, CHH is almost more of like a clique of Christian hip hop artists, but it is slowly changing. Yeah. And for it to slowly change to just kind of have, we always had to say fans and followers, but that comes with music. There's fans and there's followers when there's artists and music or whatever. But for that to change, there has to be platforms like this and a Holy Culture and all these other ones, Track Stars, Raps, all these other platforms. Exactly. There does have to be platforms for that to happen. Otherwise, it's just going to stay as this little club of everybody's an artist, trying to listen to music. So.
Absolutely, man.
So I think that's dope. As somebody who's been into this has kind of came to me, that's been in the genre for quite some time. Yeah. And you've seen a lot of artists, obviously, I'm sure come and go. Still here, yada. Well, how have you seen? You don't need to give a big deep answer, nothing like that. But how have you seen CHH kind of change for better or worse? Share whatever you want to share.
Yeah. Man, that's a great question. I don't know if I don't know if there's a better or worse. I just think it's different, right? I think things evolve. Think so too. You know what I mean? And so I think I came up during an era where, again, you had a lot of the foundational things like, cross movement and things like that, where people didn't even realize this could exist. And the church wasn't sure if they wanted it in the church or not, whether you could even rap in church. Right. And so now I think there's broader acceptance. I think, let me say it this way. I think every era has its threshold issues. I think the threshold issues then were different than the threshold issues now. To me, I just like solving complex problems. You know what I mean? So I think then the problem was, can we get in the church and who will accept the message? I think now, to me, the message is more accepted. To me now is, can we keep ministries funded so they can continue to do the work and get the work out? You dig what I'm saying? So that's what I try to think about. I try to think about, man, how can we make the highway lanes actually work? Yeah. So more ministries don't get diluted, right? Because if they have to live on Spotify alone, they're not going to eat.
Nobody's eating there.
You need like 1 million streams to earn $10,000, right? And so it doesn't work. So then you go to this multi-stream income thing, which is good, but at the same time, you have to manage all that. You've got to do this, road, merch, licensing, micro licensing, right? All these different things. So how can we think about some kind of connectivity where you've got these lanes and intersections of artists and producers and the churches who support it and the supporters as a consumer and all these things, and recognize that you still have leased land like Spotify and YouTube and things like that. How do we make sense of that in an ecosystem that'll make sense, that works for us and still get the word out? Like, that's how I think about the problem. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think about that. So when you look at Holy Culture now, we just experiment with stuff, man. That's why you have those artist pages there now. When you go there and you hit on artists, all those artist pages serve a function to say, man, let's see what it looks like when everybody has a home page here on Holy Culture. We've got a map page now, so you can click on map and look all across the world and see where all the artists are located, right? And do that. You'll have events on there soon where you'll now be able to go to all events. So that way you're on a mobile phone, go look, I'm dropping down in Chicago, bam, where the event's at, click the joint, hit go to the event. So we're just trying to think about some of the foundational, institutional things that could help further enable a genre. I'm not sure it's going to work, but I'm just focused on this kind of complex problems.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, I like that, how you say you're just trying to focus on the solution instead of, solutions for different things, instead of like people want to argue about, was there enough Christian hip hop in that song or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
I can't do it.
And I mean, you know what, I do kind of feel like, kind of like as a, we've been around life. You know, I'm 39 years old.
Right.
You know, I got a late start kind of with music and CHH and all that kind of stuff or whatever. But like, so like, I've been in the genre for a long time, but I've been around in life, and to sit there and argue about little this and that's doesn't solve anything.
Right.
So it's cool to hear you talking about, you know, instead of trying to nitpick at something, that I asked you a question about CHH and you just went right to the solution. Yeah. So kudos to that, because we need more. I think we need more of that in society, let alone, and just in old CHH and everything else. Yeah.
One of my favorite joints, I don't know if you ever used to hear him, Christian Research Institute, Hank Hanegraaff, man, on the Bible Answer, man, used to always say, man, in the kingdom, there are a lot of issues we can debate over, but we don't have to divide over. You know what I mean? And so when I think of it that way, I'm like, well, I agree 100%. Sure. Yeah. How long should we even debate? You do what I'm saying? So I'll leave those things to people who are much deeper experts in them. You know what I mean? To even determine how long we should debate. You know
Hey, I got news to everybody. You ain't an expert on everything. Just a little secret for anybody listening.
I mean, in my professional career, that's what I've been good at, man, trying to solve complex problems. So
that's dope. You seem like a dope dude, man. Guys, again, I'm here with Trigg. He runs at Holy Culture platform, again, for artists. They help support artists. They're trying to think of different ways to kind of help artists and help just not only the artists, that helps the genre as well. So shout out to our man Trigg here. And thanks, I wanted to ask, you can see the one-on-one with BRM. You see the background. We got the little basketball. I want to lighten the mood real quick here. I'm a sports guy. I like sports as well. Yep. Is there a team that you follow? I know you said you moved around a little bit. What's Trigg's go-to sport or team you follow?
Yeah, football, man. I'm gonna say this, and I'm like, God, I'm gonna get crushed, but it's so embarrassing right now, man.
Oh no, Cowboys?
No.
Oh, okay.
The Washington football team, man. Like, we don't even have a name right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
they're kind of rough.
Get crushed. You will get crushed in the comments. But listen, I'm here for all that. I can take it all. Yes, we should have surrendered the name years ago. Yes, we have a poor owner. Yes, we've had too many quarterbacks for the last 5 years. Yes, okay. All that. You can say it all. I know it all. There's nothing you can say to me, okay?
Hey, y'all, you guys can relive the Mark Rippin years with man.
I go back to Joe Theismann and them, man. I go back to the Hall. I'm an older dude, man. So
man. Hey, they had some legendary teams.
Legendary. I don't switch teams every 2-3 years. Okay.
No, you just. Hey, I'm from Chicago. I go with the Bears, regardless if they got Trubisky. regardless, whoever they got.
I'll switch teams every 2-3 years.
Rex Grossman comes along, you know, whoever these cats are that come in, you just got to roll with them. You know?
Yeah.
Same thing with the Bulls, you know?
Yes, sir.
Man, that's what's up. Well, guys, hey, wanted to stop in, wanted to say what's up. Again, one-on-ones with BRM. You guys are going to I'm going to try to get these out once a week, be pretty consistent with them. Trigg, man, is there anywhere, anything else you want to kind of add? I know you do some other things as well with like career development.
No doubt. So
hey, shout out some things. Shout out some things.
Oh, no doubt. Thanks, man. Appreciate the platform. So Holy Coach is a part of the Core Link Solution, which is our overall nonprofit umbrella. So if you ever looking for career and leadership development help, go to thecorelinkSolution.com. That's the parent nonprofit company. So appreciate any support you want to lend. Everything we do for artists, we do for free. So if you ever feel like you want to go to our parent organization and lend a hand, whether in volunteerism or lend a hand out of your pocket to donate for what we do, it's appreciated for sure.
Man, that's what's up, man. You know, dope. Make sure y'all check that out. This guy I've had a chance to chat with a little bit, and I could already tell that if you need help with something in that and in those fields, this man will probably help you out very well. So, man, appreciate you coming on.
Thanks,
stay on afterwards. We're gonna chat it up a little bit, but appreciate you, and we'll see y'all again next week.
Peace, y'all. God bless.
Peace.